negotiated with animals at the trade post. It was Taxila, 3rd century BCE, a city vibrant with the pulse of empires clashing and cultures intermingling. Here, where the Marian Empire met Greek kingdoms and nomadic tribes, fortunes were made and lost on the shifting tides of trade. Among the merchants and caravan leaders was a man named Deva, a translator renowned throughout the region. A Deva possessed a peculiar talent, or so it was whispered. He claimed to understand the language of animals, not just the obvious barks and growls, but complex negotiations, subtle warnings, the unspoken anxieties of beasts of burden. His father, a seasoned trader, scoffed at the notion, but even he couldn't deny Deva's uncanny knack for securing the best deals. Elephants laden with silks seemed to obey his hushed whispers, horses calmed at his touch, and even the notoriously stubborn Bactrian camels appeared to cooperate when Deva spoke in his strange, guttural tones. But a shadow was about to fall on Taxila's bustling marketplace. A prized shipment of lapis lazuli, destined for a royal commission, vanished without a trace. Suspicion fell on everyone, including Deva. After all, who could know the vulnerabilities of a caravan better than someone who conversed with its animals? The investigation, led by a stern Marian official named Caudilia, a man more comfortable with ledgers than legends, quickly focused on Deva. Witnesses reported seeing him near the missing caravan shortly before its disappearance, apparently deep in conversation with the lead elephant, but no one else could corroborate the animal language. Was it simply clever pantomime, a charade to mask his true intentions? Caudilia, a pragmatist, saw only circumstantial evidence. He pressed Deva, demanding to know what the elephant had said. Deva maintained his innocence, claiming the elephant had merely complained about the weight of its load and a sore foot. Yet, Caudilia discovered a discrepancy. The elephant driver swore the beast had been perfectly healthy that day. Someone was lying. The investigation stalled, hampered by the lack of concrete evidence and the inherent absurdity of questioning animals. Doubts began to surface about Deva's supposed gift. Perhaps it was a well-crafted illusion, a way to manipulate his clients and conceal his involvement in the theft. The lapis lazuli remained missing, and the whispers around Deva grew darker, laced with fear and suspicion. Then came the twist. A young boy, a stable hand, came forward, claiming he had overheard Deva speaking in a strange tongue, not to an animal, but to man. The boy, terrified, had hidden, but he distinctly recalled the words hidden passage and moonless night. This shifted the entire investigation. Could Deva have an accomplice? Caudilia, seizing this new lead, ordered a thorough search of Deva's property. Hidden beneath the floorboards of his modest dwelling, they found not the lapis lazuli, but a meticulously drawn map depicting a network of secret tunnels beneath Taxila, tunnels known only to a select few, tunnels rumored to be used by smugglers and spies. The map revealed a hidden entrance leading directly to the city's outer walls, a blind spot in the Marian defenses. Deva, confronted with the map, finally confessed. He admitted to knowing about the tunnels, but vehemently denied stealing the lapis lazuli. He claimed he was using his animal conversations as a cover, gathering intelligence about potential threats to the city for a clandestine group of loyalists. The revelation that Deva was a spy, not a thief, sent shockwaves through Taxila. But Caudilia, ever the shrewd politician, saw an opportunity. He offered Deva a deal: cooperate fully, reveal the identities of his fellow loyalists, and he would be spared execution. Deva, torn between loyalty and self-preservation, agreed. He named names, exposing a network of disgruntled officials and merchants who believed the Marian Empire was becoming too corrupt. The lapis lazuli, Deva revealed, had been stolen not by him or his group, but by a rival faction seeking to destabilize the city and blame it on the loyalists. The missing jewels were intended to be used as payment for mercenaries hired to incite rebellion. Caudalia, armed with this information, swiftly rounded up the conspirators, preventing a potential uprising. Taxila was safe, but at a cost. Deva's reputation was ruined, his animal conversations forever tainted by suspicion. In the end, the lapis lazuli was recovered, the conspirators were punished, and Taxila remained under Marian control. Deva, however, vanished into the shadows, his fate uncertain. Some say he fled to the mountains, living among the wild animals he claimed to understand. Others believe he was quietly executed, a loose end tied up by the very empire he sought to protect. The irony, of course, is that Deva, the man who could supposedly speak to animals, was ultimately betrayed by the very humans he tried to serve. His gift, whether real or imagined, became his curse, a source of both power and suspicion, and to this day, the whispers persist. Did Deva truly understand the animals, or was he simply a master manipulator, using their silence to conceal his own secrets? The truth, like the hidden tunnels beneath Taxila, remains shrouded in darkness.